So this is the new Honor MagicBook Art 14, and this thing has a lot of innovation in it. Whoa. How satisfying is that? Able to store inside the laptop. Guys, it's rare to be looking at a gadget and being like, whoa, you don't see that every day. How about this? Can you do that with your webcam? Like a lot of unnoticed things that I haven't seen on a laptop before. To start with, it's a 14.2-inch laptop, and it looks like it might be aluminum, but it's not aluminum. It's magnesium alloy, which gets it even thinner and lighter than it would be otherwise. And there's even titanium components, like a titanium keyboard, which is the first I've seen. This is coming in at around 1 kilogram and 1 centimeter. That's like 2.2 pounds. I mean, it feels like nothing. And on top of that, it has some kind of cool curvature and variation that's subtle. You almost don't notice it. We have this type of structure which is thinner on the front and then moves a little bit larger as we get towards the back. As we look around the outside of the device, you're gonna see 2 Type-C connectors on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, we still managed to squeeze in a full-size HDMI port, an analog audio jack, and a USB-A port. So actually some pretty substantial port versatility given the fact that this is as thin and light as it is. You're also gonna get a high resolution display here. It's a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is a popular choice for those that are interested in productivity. It gives you a little bit more vertical space. The resolution 3120 by 2080, and it also happens to be a touchscreen. You can see me scrolling simply by reaching up and touching, and you can see how responsive it is. It's also 120 hertz, so that gives you that really smooth movement. On the inside of the device, you can see this trackpad which almost waterfalls over the edge. It's big and it's glass, and it has some of the strongest haptics that I've experienced for a click. Now they're claiming that this is a titanium keyboard. I'm not getting a tremendous amount of flex in there considering how thin this thing is. Even for somebody like me, each one of these keys is a really large target. The reason I say someone like me is because that is not like proper typing technique at all. It's the hunt and peck style, and I can still kind of get in there and get some action going. Now the other thing I should mention, this is a Snapdragon X Elite laptop, so we have the latest Snapdragon chip in there, which is going to enhance the cool factor. It's not gonna get very hot. And of course, the battery life inside of something that's this thin and light. So it's got a 60 watt-hour battery in there, and Honor is claiming that can give you about 9.5 hours of office work. And again, that's in the context of a laptop that's like a kilogram and a centimeter at its thinnest point. So pretty good. It's always kind of striking because it has that science fiction feel to it when you have almost all screen. I've talked about it on smartphones in the past, and the same applies for laptops, because every futuristic laptop you can imagine always has way more screen than bezel. And science fiction movies have actually been doing that for a long time too. And this is another example of this. This is a 97% screen to body ratio, and Honor says it is the greatest screen to body ratio that's out there. So I can't say that I've seen a more impressive screen to body ratio. It's a very, very slim bezel, and it's also a uniform bezel, which brings me to my next unusual feature, because you're probably looking at it and saying, well, don't they have to make space up top for the front-facing camera for video conferencing? But they don't, because if you look at the lid, you'll see this tiny little curvature towards the center. So super slim, and then a tiny little bump out, and that magnetic connector. That's because this has a detachable, removable webcam. Whoa, how satisfying is that? Boom. Pulls right out, able to store inside the laptop. Guys, it's rare in this day and age, 2024, to be looking at a gadget and being like, whoa, you don't see that every day. My initial thought was removable. I'm gonna lose it. Well, no, because you have a perfect place to put it. Now, the first portion of the connection is magnetic, so you know it's lined up with the tunnel that it lives in. And it's not just one of these switches in order to turn off the camera, which you're going to see all the time, that red dot when you have it closed. It's just completely out of the way. And then you have ultimate privacy and cleanness of your display when it's detached. Like this beautiful symmetrical bezel. That's it. Just clips on like that. Super slim, as you can see. You do your video conferencing, it immediately connects. And actually you can hear the computer recognize it. Boop. Boom. How about this? You want to shoot the other direction? Can you do that with your webcam? Maybe we should try it out. Okay, so definitely working facing us. And what about the other way? Works both ways. Very quick connection as well. Not a lot of waiting or wondering if it's functional. Now, it's not gonna be the best looking camera of all time, but look at this. I mean, this is for video conferencing anyways. It's a utilitarian thing. And I've been a fan of this even on smartphones where I'm like, look, I don't really even use the front facing camera that much. If you're gonna give me more screen, the ultimate clean look, I'm probably gonna take it in place of, I don't know, the world's greatest front-facing webcam. A little bit more about the hardware. Your speaker grills are right here on the top, so they're front-facing and left-right channel. You've also got a fingerprint scanner up in this section here. And this is obviously even more important if your camera's not attached all the time for unlocking the device. Fingerprint scanner is a little bit recessed from the other keys, right in the top right corner there.
Honor also has something called Magic Ring, which allows you to work between your variety of Honor devices like your phone, tablet, and your laptop.
Let's listen to the speakers real quick. So 4K, look at this.
You're gonna be the model. Yes! I am the photographer and Mo is the model.
Where's Mo modeling? At what point of this video? Oh, there we go. The part that everybody fast forwarded to.
Oh, you know what, dude? Go ahead, tell them, don't tell me.
Wow.
Good res.
This actually is a nice picture.
He's ready for Hollywood,
Good
right?
res.
Dude, I thought this hand thing was very silly of you, but it looks good. It looks really good.
It's
Silly of me, impossible. Silly of me. Silly of you.
versions of
I mean,
hardcore
oh
now.
wow, it's only at 60%. Pretty loud, actually.
I gotta get closer to the mic.
I don't know that you can get access to a model like Mo. I can't guarantee that, but you can definitely.
Let's play a little bit of music. Cool. Okay, yeah. Listen, it's always tough with an extremely thin and light laptop to get any decent sound, but I'm glad that manufacturers are taking it more seriously. It's a thing that I care about. So to not have like any weird clipping or fuzziness, it's not the loudest thing in the world, but it's definitely usable. So yeah, that's kind of the story of the MagicBook Art 14 for me. Unique material choices enabling an extremely thin and light laptop and gives you this record-breaking screen-to-body ratio enabled by a very unusual approach to the front-facing camera problem: magnets.